Okay, so YouTube is kind of like basically like when you were homeless, picking up pop bottles, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like picking up pop bottles. I mean, for me, I say it felt like I won the lottery. It shouldn't have worked. It shouldn't. That's a pretty far-fetched thing to have happen. I had nowhere to live. I didn't even own a camera. I had like a webcam, and I recorded this video like with my webcam in like 4 hours, and I uploaded it, and it was like I had uploaded 100 videos before that, and that one just happened to get featured by someone who worked at YouTube, whom I met. His name was David, and I tell this in my YouTube story. I ended up going to San Francisco to an old YouTube event called YouTube Live, and it was like 3 weeks after I got featured. And so a bunch of YouTube employees were there, so this guy comes up to me, his name's David, and he goes, "Hey, I'm the guy who featured your video at YouTube." And I started crying in a hotel, in an event like this, surrounded by like 200 YouTubers. I was just crying. And I said, "You have no idea how much YouTube saved my life. I had no food. I didn't own a blanket. I was sleeping on a floor in a corner, not on an air mattress. It's changed everything. And since then, I've just been more loyal to YouTube than anything else. I would never go to TV. I would never go to film. I mean, we're making a movie, but we're making a YouTube movie that will then be on YouTube for free because we want everyone to see it. And that's like the most important thing is the YouTube community, the website, creating free content. I mean, I'm YouTube fanboy #1. I'm a sucker to YouTube. I'm just like, anything you want me to do forever, I'll do it. So, yeah.
All right, another question over here.
What's the best advice you can give to a YouTuber that's starting out?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. People are like, how do I get started? You know, I have a couple ideas for videos. This isn't every time, but sometimes I hear this. People are like, I have a really great idea for my first video. Or, I have a really great idea. I've been thinking about it for like 2 years, and it's going to be this, and like, you know, all I need is the money, and you know, we lost, you know, whatever, blah blah blah. But it's gonna be amazing. And then I tell them, I was like, well, you're not a video maker until you make videos. Talk to any YouTuber who has found some success. Talk to any YouTuber who has not found success. Ask them about their first video. Tim, what do you think about your first video? Yeah, okay. My first video, I won't swear, I effing hate it. It's the worst thing I've ever made. It's atrocious. And you can talk to Shay Carl, Philip DeFranco, Joey Gray, anybody. They hate their first video. Don't make a good first video. Make a terrible first video. If you want to be like all the other YouTubers, your first 30 videos need to be garbage. Because that's what we think of our first, I hate my first 100 videos. The goal is to make crap. Then, after you make crap, find out how to make that crap better. Then find out how to make that thing a little bit better. Then find out how to make that thing a little bit better. And a lot of people say, did you go to film school? I did not. After high school, I was like, hit and record in my parents' basement with, you know, like one camera. And then when I was homeless, I didn't even own a camera. And then when I had enough money to buy a camera, I did research. I go to Google. Google can be your teacher. And be like, how much money do you have? 500 bucks. What's the best camera I can buy for 500 bucks? And then I see like 7 cameras. And I don't know anything about any of them. So then I like go to YouTube. You know, Canon T2i versus Nikon D whatever. And then I like find a guy reviewing it. And he's like, well, this one's better because of this. And I go, oh, I just learned something for free. And you can do that with lenses. You can do that with microphones. You can do that with makeup. And everything that I learned for filmmaking, I learned by Googling and YouTubing. And I've never had to spend a penny on acquiring knowledge. So all of the money that you would spend going to university, I mean, what does a year cost? Like a semester, like $3 grand, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 grand, depending on the school. It can cost a lot. So let's say you go to school for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and it costs tens of thousands of dollars. take that tens of thousands of dollars, don't go to school, and spend it on video gear, and now you have tens of thousands of dollars in video gear. I mean, I know you don't just have that, but you're going to save it by not going to university. And sometimes, like, schools have me speak, and I, like, go in front of, like, a classroom of people, and like, you should really drop out of school. Because you know who dropped out of school? Every YouTuber. All of them. And all of them who, like, didn't drop out of school are not doing the thing they went to school for. It wastes your time and your money. Why start your career 3 years from now with way less money when you can start it now, today, by making a video today? Make videos as soon as possible and make lots of them. That's my opinion.
You know what's funny is that there's some parents that drop their kids off here today, and they're going to pick their kid up and be like, Mom, I'm dropping out of school.
Corey said to drop out of school, take all of my money and buy a camera. But YouTube is not about making money. This is really important. Today, we probably have about $100,000 worth of video gear, right? The most successful video I ever made, I made on a $50 web camera. And that's very important. Because we spent, we used all of the best gear that money can buy on our Justin Bieber parody that we put up a couple months ago. And it has, 90,000 views, which is great. That's like, I'm very happy with that. But the Star Wars acapella is going to hit 20 million views, and I shot it on a webcam by myself. So it's not about money, it's not about gear. It's about right place, right time, making lots of videos, and just persistence, and doing what you love.
There you go. Any other questions for Corey? Yeah?
Who has been your favorite person that you've interviewed so far working on the documentary?
My favorite person before interviewing them that I was most excited for was John Green, because he's John Green. Let's hear it for John Green. Let's do it. He's John Green, right? And I knew that going in. My favorite interview that I didn't expect was Kasim G. Kasim was so articulate. He dug deep. He was really deep, really thoughtful. I expected to hang out with Kasim and have him make fun of me. I expected him to be like, this interview's effing whatever. I have a mustache. I don't care. And he didn't do that. And we got him a little drunk. And Shay was like, Shay wasn't there for the interview. Shay intentionally left. And he said, just be honest and trust that we will treat the footage with respect. And trust me. And so Kasim opened right up. And like, I teared up during 3 interviews. That wasn't one of them, but boy, was I close. And I think a lot of the things that he says is going to be like towards the climax of the film. It's incredible what a lot of people had to say. I couldn't believe it.